Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Excuse me, guys. Hey, y'all. What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a long, not really long story, but kind of long story about how my shoulder came out 4 different times. I didn't really have a topic today, so I just chose to do this one. Yeah, so why don't we get into the story? Okay, so yes, my shoulder has came out 4 different times. It's my right shoulder. I don't know why I just did that. This is my right shoulder. It came out about 4 times. I think it's still weak, but it hasn't came out in a while, so that's a good thing. But how it started was, I was play fighting with my best friend's little brother, and I was play fighting with both of them. And the youngest one, I don't have no grudges against them, so don't think I have any grudges against them. It was a mistake. We were kids. I was like, I might have been 14. I think I was 14 at the time. I'm about to be 18 now, so you know this was a long time ago. But I think I was a freshman when this happened. So he pulled me out the bed, and I fell because I was play fighting around. So he just yanked me off the bed, and I fell. I fell like this. I don't know if you guys can really see, but I like fell like this, and like my arm like popped out. So but I didn't know like that it was out. I just knew I was in a bunch of pain. So when I fell, I'm like, and at first they thought I was laughing because we were playing fighting around. They didn't think I was in pain. But then that's when I was just like, and I started crying because I didn't know. Like, I was in mad pain. Like, that's the most pain I've ever endured. Like, I've never broken a bone. I'm sure breaking a bone is even more painful than that, but that's the most pain I've ever endured. So one of them, I can't remember who, ran down to go get their father, and their father came up and said that I had a dislocated shoulder. And I'm like, oh my god, 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 my shoulder's dislocated. So my best friend, I went to my best friend's room because I had on my pajamas. It was late at night. It was probably like 10 or 11. Maybe later than that, we was play fighting around because we usually just stay up late, you know, play fight, watch movies, play games, stuff like that. So I went to my best friend's room. She helped me get dressed because I couldn't do anything. Like, I was literally, my arm was literally like this. Like, I could not move it. Like, even moving it this much, like, really, 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 really hurts. Because when my shoulder popped out, y'all can see my shoulder joint right here. But when my shoulder popped out, it came out like it was all the way, literally, no lie. My shoulder, this part of my shoulder was down here in my freaking bicep, whatever you want to call that. That part of my arm, my shoulder was down here. So it was very hard to even move because the joint is pressing against my muscle, and every time it presses against my muscle, it hurts so bad. And it's like the most uncomfortable feeling. Like, I can't even describe it. Like, it's a very, very, very uncomfortable and nasty feeling that I wouldn't wish it on nobody. So they rushes me to the hospital. It's like 12 and 1, like I said, it's late at night. And I'm crying. My best friend's mom is crying. My best friend is mad at her brother for playing around. And we get into the hospital. And then I'm sitting in the waiting room because, you know, if you're not bleeding, they're not going to take you right away. But I bet if I would have had some blood dripping down, they would have took me right away into the emergency room. But anyway, that's a different story. So they sent me down in the waiting room. I'm waiting. I'm sitting here like this. My mom and my brother next to me. My best friend and her parents on the other side. And I wait for them to take me to the room. And then that's when they take me into this little side room, I guess. And they were supposed to take me to a different room to get my arm put back in place. But they did it in that same room. So they took me in that room. They gave me some perks. I think it was high. Yeah, because I can't really remember much from that night. Except I was texting my ex. And I don't know what we were talking about. But he was basically like asking was I okay or something like that. I can't remember because I was, you know, loopy. So that's when the guy, like, he popped back in my shoulder. But the way he did it, like, since my shoulder was like this, I'm laying on a bed like this, right? And he, like, moves my arm like this and just pops it back into place. And when I tell you, it felt like such a relief. And it's the weirdest feeling getting your joint put back into place. Because it's, like, it's an icky feeling. Like, I can't describe it to y'all. Like, y'all just, I don't know. If you had your shoulder dislocated, you had a broken bone or something, then you know what type of uncomfortable, weird, nasty pain I'm talking about. So yeah, so that was the first time, and you know, they gave me a sling. They said keep it on for a little bit, so I kept it on for literally a little bit. So it's like a week. A week go by, literally a week went by, and I go to pull the car door. I think I was going to the mall or something, and I go to pull the car door like this, and because my shoulder was so weak, because it literally just came out like a week back, I go to pull a car door, and instead of pulling the car door pulls me. It's like I'm like this. It's like nope, and it pulled me right out, right. So pulling my shoulder out again, and this time it's still down here, whatever. And I'm like, oh my god, ah. So my mom, my two best friends was in a car at this time actually. So my mom had to rush me and my two best friends to the hospital. And I'm sitting down in the waiting room again, waiting like dang, twice in 1 week, like what the heck? So she rushes me to the hospital, and I get it and I'm sitting down, and this time I had on a jacket. I don't know where it's at. I had on like a black kind of like a leather jacket, and so it was like tight fitted. It fit a little bit tighter, I think, than it fits now, and it was like hard to like get off, especially with my arm, because when I tell you, like, I literally couldn't move it past this, so it was hard to like even try to remove the jacket. So they took me to the waiting room again, and this time I'm in there, and they have to lift my arm a little bit, but I think they might have gave me some medicine, some perks again, or like I think it's called IV, whatever the thing they put in your hand. They gave that to me, and then yeah, they gave that to me, and then I think they took off the jacket, and then that's when they had to cut. I know they had to cut my shirt because, or like take it off or something, because luckily I had on a bra, because if not, that would have been a whole different story. And no. And then so they had to like take off my shirt or whatever, and so that they could see where it was popped out at, and then they popped it back in, of course. And then I'm thinking I'm good. I keep the sling on for 2 weeks this time, and then next thing you know, in the summer, so that happened, I think that happened in like April freshman year. So that summer after freshman year, it might have been like July or something. This is when I got my new job. Oh my god, I'm gonna tell y'all the story about when I got fired in a different video. That's coming tomorrow, because that pissed me off. But I was working at this place, and it was like a daycare or whatever, and you know, we have to take the kids outside so they can play outside, and on certain days, I think it's like Mondays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have like a water day. So we take them outside and let them play in a little kiddie pool, and like play with the little water guns or whatever. And one of the girls is spraying us. We run around, you know, playing. We interacting with the kids. So I'm running into the bathroom to fill up the water. I run in the bathroom to fill up the water gun, right? And I slipped, and I said, boom, and I fell like this, right? So when I fell, because my shoulder came out like 2 months ago, it fell like, I fell, and it was like, and I was like, oh my god, it's out again, it's out again, it's out again, it's out again. And I was like really, really crying, because that jump really hurt. And they had to sit me in a separate place, so when the kids came inside, they didn't like bump into me, because any little bump hurt like hell. Like, I can't even explain it. So that's when my mom had to rush from her job, because this happened around like noonish, I think, when I was at my job, because I worked from like 8 to 1 or 8 to 12 or something. So this happened at like 11 or almost 12, and my mom had to rush to come get me. Oh, I worked from 9 to 1. I worked from 9 to 1, and yeah, so it was like 12, and my mom had to come get me and rush me to the hospital, because, excuse me, she didn't want the ambulance to come get me, because I think if the ambulance come get you, it's like $600, $800. I'm about to hurry up the story, because I know I'm just rambling. But so she rushes to get me, and we go to the place or whatever, so that they could relocate in my shoulder. Now this time the guy did it weird. Like, okay, first of all, I got there, I went in the waiting room, whatever, went in the room to get the shoulder fixed. They put the IV in my arm, and then they had me go take an x-ray. I mean, all the times I took an x-ray, but this time it was different. When I took the x-ray, I'm standing like this, and like I'm leaning to get, I don't know what it was, something behind me. But anyway, it was like the x-ray machine was like right here, and I had to like, you know, stand right in the way of it so that I could get the x-ray on my shoulder. And while I was doing that, I just started getting real dizzy, like real dizzy. I couldn't hear, like I could barely see, and I could barely stand. Like, and I told them like my vision is going, my hearing is going, and it was like nothing I could do. So they told me to sit down and wait for a little bit, and it did clear. But it was like the scariest experience because I thought I was gonna fall out on the floor, and that would have made my shoulder even worse if I just fell out on the floor and passed out, or God forbid, I don't know, had a seizure or something. Like that would have made this even worse. Like. So they roll me back into the room, and this freaking doctor, they're supposed to pop it in like I said before, like this. This freaking guy lifts my arm up like this and pops my shoulder in like this. When I told you I was screaming like I was having an orgasm. I'm telling you, I was screaming, bruh. Like, it really hurt. It was so painful. Like, you're not supposed to pop nobody's arm in like that after they already going through all that pain. And they only gave me the IV. They didn't give me no perks or nothing. So it was like I just had to take the pain. Like, what are you doing? Alright, so that was the 3 times. That was twice in April, once in that July, and then whole sophomore year I was good. Nothing happened. My arm didn't come out. I was good. Junior year, my arm popped out again. I was racing my ex-boyfriend, and this yes, this is my second ex-boyfriend. No, I'm not a thought. I went out with him for like a couple years, whatever. Anyway, so I was racing him in this little bouncy house thing because we had like a little Panther Pride day at our school where we like it's basically like having a field day, except well, indoors and outdoors. But we were indoors for this one. We were having like a little racing thing. So I'm racing my ex-boyfriend or whatever, and the first time I race him, I'm good. Then I go race my best friend, I'm good. But when I'm racing my best friend, my nail pops off, and I'm like, maybe I should just stop, like, because I'm injuring myself. And then I was like, no, I'm going to keep going, because my ex was like, he want to race me again. So, because the last time I cheated, I tried to pull him down the thing so I could get there first, because I wanted to beat him. It was like a little relay race type thing. So, the third time that I went to go race, which I was racing against my ex, I go running, right? And it's this thing you got to hop through. And I literally like hop like this, and my shoulder said, and I was like, oh god, because I almost said his name. My ex was going through this part. It was like 2 different sections that you could go through to do the relay race. Anyway, so it's this part where you have to go through to do the relay race, and he's going through this way and I'm going through this way. And so when we hop through, I don't know if my arm hit his body or if his body hit my arm. I don't think it was his fault though. My arm just popped out, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, my shoulder's dislocated, and I'm telling him like my shoulder is dislocated. So somebody went to go get the nurse, and the nurse, this was a bad, never mind. This is a crazy nurse, okay? She comes to the relay race bouncy house type thing, and she's like, we gotta see if it's dislocated. We don't know for sure. Don't call her mom. I'm like, no. My best friend at the time, my best friend, he's still my best friend now. My best friend calls my mom because I know my shoulder's dislocated, and he's calling my mom so she could come get me. And because the nurse told my son, oh no, don't call her mom, don't call her mom. No, I'm calling my mom. Like, my shoulder's out. I need to go to the hospital. So I'm in there with the nurse. She had to cut my shirt because again I had like a short sleeve shirt or whatever, but she had to cut it to see where the wound was at. So she wrapped it up, which I appreciated her for that. It was like some type of gauze or you know the things when you have a twisted ankle they wrap you up like that. Yeah, so it was something like that, but it was white and it was stretchy, and she wrapped me up like that, and I had to go to the hospital again. But when I was waiting for my mom to get there, I stood up. And luckily, my best friend was next to me, because that same thing that happened the last time happened to me again. My vision started going, my hearing started going, and everything looked like it was like loopy, like I was dizzy. Everything looked like different colors, and everything sounded like it was far, far, far away. So when I was speaking to my best friend, I think I was trying to tell him that I couldn't really hear and I couldn't really see. And I think like maybe I was loud or something, because I could barely hear my own self speaking, let alone everybody else. I sounded like a mile away to my own self, and everybody else sounded like 100 miles away. Like I don't know what was going on. So my mom takes me to the place, and to the hospital again, like the fourth time. Like, okay, so she takes me to the hospital, and then I go get my shoulder fixed. And they pop it in again. They take the x-rays. They do the little IV thing, and they pop it in. So this time, like, okay, so if this happens again, I either have to get surgery or something has to happen. So we decided we're going to put me in surgery. I mean, not surgery, and therapy, physical therapy. So we go to physical therapy, and the lady helped me, like, get my shoulder back on track. So, I mean, since junior year, that was, what, in September of junior year. We're at almost June of senior year. So far, it hasn't came out, so it's been over a year and some change. And I'm hoping that it doesn't come out anymore. But that was just a little story for you guys to know about me. It's probably a long story too. I might cut out some parts, but yeah, that was basically the whole story, and like how my shoulder came out. And yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna tell y'all about the other story I was talking about. So I'm gonna tell y'all about that tomorrow, because that's a long story as well, and I was fired up. But it's Naturally Jam, and I'm going to see you guys later. And I hope you guys have a nice night and a nice evening. And just enjoy life, and I'll see you guys later.